introducing a man destined to be the 39th president of our great republic, Jimmy Carter. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How many of you are proud of our country? Raise your hand. How many of you believe that we have a great future ahead of us in this nation?
How much of an electric bill did you pay last year?
How many of you think
I pay in total? Yeah, total. I don't know. I pay about $15 a month. About $15 a month. All right. I live in the North Country, and I pay over $55 a month. Right. I'm damn sick and tired of it.
Okay. Well, nuclear power is going to raise.
Nuclear power is not going to raise it. That's a complete misnomer that you are putting out. You're spreading false propaganda. You and your own type are going right out and telling a story that is not true, unfounded, completely baseless.
So you read what public service says about rate increases.
I have been in the military. I've worked for the federal government. I have been involved in radioactive stuff for more than 20 years. And nobody has become harmed by it. There have been no deaths. There have been no dangers that have harmed anyone. Would you allow your children to swim in a place where raw sewage is being dumped in the river?
Would you allow your children near a nuclear power plant?
You see it, all the engineers said they would. So, you know, you can't win, they shout louder.
When I was a boy growing up, all I had to look forward to was the atomic bomb. Now you're telling my children all they've got to look forward to is radioactive waste. They're going to be burned up, they're going to die from radioactive waste from a nuclear energy. Oh, you people are sick.
Yeah, yesterday, 18 New Hampshire citizens were arrested in a civil disobedience protest at a nuclear power plant. 15 men and 3 women. And could we please have your comment as a nuclear engineer and as a friend of Martin Luther King, who was into civil disobedience?
What's the question?
The relationship between civil disobedience and nuclear power in this case. Do you think that citizens have a right to protect their environment?
Well, I've always felt that anybody who disagrees with the civil law in a matter of conscience, you know, has a right openly to express that disobedience, but at the same time, under our societal structure, it's necessary that they be willing to take the consequences of their disobedience. I believe that there's a place for nuclear power in the future. It ought to be minimized. It ought to be a last resort. It ought to be very tough safety precautions guaranteed, I think, by the president and other leaders in Washington, with nuclear power plants located where people don't live, where the environment will not be destroyed, with the reactor core beneath the ground level, where the reactor building is tightly sealed, and where there has a standardization of design to make sure that people can have confidence in the safety of nuclear power plants. But certainly I believe that anyone has a right to express themselves very vividly and very aggressively, but they have to be willing to take the consequences, you know, of their demonstrations.
Thanks very much.
Nominee of the Democratic Party, American human being.